Sorry.
Jesus, George.
Sorry for the jump scare. I know you didn't predict that on happening.
No, I mean, I scare easy, and I just really don't want that kind of thing happening.
Yeah, I know you don't really like loud, big booms.
No, I don't. I don't like big booms.
What's your biggest fear, Forrest?
Whoa.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Yeah, what's something that just scares you a lot? Not like it doesn't have to. You don't have to get introspective. Like, what's something that's always like scared you? I've never.
I'll tell you one of my fears is heights that are not high enough to kill me, but high enough to really inconvenience or hurt me.
Interesting.
Like if I'm up like at the edge of the Grand Canyon, it's like I fall like. Look, that was my bad. I had that coming.
Well, but you tumble like on the way down. But I guess you wouldn't have to deal with it for long.
I would die, and that would be it. And it would be like, oh man, that sucks. But you know, it wouldn't be a big problem for me to deal with. Now, if I fall off of like something that's like 15 feet.
15? Really, that's you'd be fine after that. Something like a 3-story tall building.
Yeah. Like I probably wouldn't die, but I'd probably shatter everything I have.
Yeah.
And then I'd be nothing, George. I'd shatter everything I have, and then I'm nothing.
Well, could you still talk? Is that what you
want? Is that what you want from me? You want me to be nothing,
well,
George?
If you could still talk, then I'd be fine, because then you could be on the podcast.
George, if that happened, there would be no more podcast.
No, we could make it work. We'll pull a Walt Disney. We'll sever your head and put it in like a septum tank.
You put an AI version of Forrest up here. Oh, you know what?
That would be amazing.
I'll say it right now. 2025 is the year of AI Forrest Gagne.
I mean, can that be tomorrow? I mean, that sounds like the dream.
Everybody's been asking. I want Forrest in my pocket, and I've got you. Coming to your app store near you.
Forrest Tools. You'll be Forrest Tools. You'll be the competitor to Pookie Tools, and Forrest Tools will help you do comedy better. And he has a built-in funny detector where you send in a picture of someone.
I can tell you how funny they are just by the picture. But most importantly, you get a Forrest AI companion complete with voice modules.
That's beautiful. I predict that will completely revolutionize the stand-up comedy world. I mean, imagine, I don't know, Dave Chappelle or really any other stand-up comedian. That was just the first one that
getting to collab with me.
Getting to collab with you, Forrest.
It's true. And look, soon you can too. Welcome back to the Obligatory Podcast. Sorry, I had to do a little ad read there, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we have to make our bank.
Oh, 2025, somehow. It's exciting.
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
You know, this is a whole new year. Anything could happen.
This is the first recording of 2025.
Yeah.
We've had a couple episodes already come out this year, but like this is the...
We hate to burst your bubble about it.
Yeah, we don't film weekly.
We don't.
Unfortunately. But this is the first time that we're it's the new year. It's debatably a new us.
New year, 2025 hit the clock, and I said, "Oh, it's a new me."
Yeah,
I shed all my skin. I went to a cocoon. I came out. Look at me, way different.
Forrest, I heard through the grapevine the other day that you're kind of like a harbinger of predictions, a harbinger of world events.
Well, I don't want to brag or anything, but last year, I mean, I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
2024, we were making predictions.
Yes.
And
off the podcast.
Off the podcast, obviously. And I think we put quite a bit of money down on it. And I won. Every single one of my predictions for 2024 came true.
Yes.
Down to the CEO killings.
Yes, you predicted that Trump would win, and you basically manifested that. I mean, you manifested.
Look, I'm not going to say that it happened because I put it on my list.
But
I will say that everything that happened was on my list.
Yeah, you predicted that Charlie XCX would make an album called Brad, and lo and behold, that happened. I don't even know where your brain was.
I put a lot of money down on this thing. I had to I had to get lucky.
Yeah. Well, Forrest, I just want to say I want to come for your crown. I want to come for your title. You know, I can do predictions. I can do guesses. I can do guesswork.
I mean, last year, nothing that you put on the list came true.
Yes, that it is true. I went net zero.
You said Britney Spears was going to make an album and call it Couch.
Yeah, and that just unfortunately didn't happen. But you know what? I'm a changed man, Forrest. I can make better predictions this year. I took a predictions class this last semester. So you know what, Forrest? Let's go bar for bar. Let's go prediction for prediction. My 25 for 2025 versus your 25 for 2025.
That's nothing for me. You know I've cooked up at least 25.
Yeah, I mean,
they're hot, they're steaming, and they're ready to be devoured.
I came in here with 25. And you know what? I think they're all good ones, okay?
Fine, show me.
Fine. I'll go first.
Good.
I think, Forrest, that one of our episodes of the Obligatory Podcast will get 500 views, or more than 500 views.
Okay.
Now I'll say this, Forrest. This one is the biggest layup on my list. This is the most obvious one to happen because, you know, as people say, we are a big up-and-comer in the podcast scene. I mean, people are saying that we're fantastic. People are saying that we deserve, like, awards and stuff. Now, I didn't predict anything like that, but I do think that sometime soon, we are going to get an episode. Maybe we clickbait the fuck out of it. Maybe not. But more than 500 naked eyes. No. More than 1,000 naked eyes, technically, because everyone has 2 eyes. We'll see that podcast episode.
George, the only thing that I'm going to say to you to give you a little bit of credit here is that obviously this will happen. And by the end of the year, you're going to be so upset because it won't be specific enough to count.
You don't think so?
You know, that's like if I said last year, 2024 is going to have a new president. Get your head out of your ass, George.
I'm sorry.
That's obvious.
I'm sorry.
Look, here's my prediction.
I need a couple points
here's
on the
my
board,
prediction,
Forrest.
George, and I'm going to just steal your point now. 2025 will be the year that the Obligatory Podcast gets Esquires' Best Podcast Award.
Fuck.
That's right. We're going to go to the Podcast Grammys. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And we're going to get Esquire sponsored. Best Podcast of the Year 2025.
I mean...
So what? We're going to get 500 views? Yeah, man. Every video. So fucking what?
Well, I mean, I kind of feel the same way about yours. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a layup. I mean, who's our competition? I mean, Chuckle Sandwich. We murdered those guys.
We killed them.
They're dead
blood.
because of us.
Here's the blood.
Who? Talk Tuah? Talk Tuah? You think they're going to even get nominated?
No.
For a podcast?
No, that's a fad, people.
Come on.
They're not going to last.
Everyone in the podcast game knows that we are the biggest up-and-comers this year for 2025. And actually, I'm glad that we're on this podcast train because I have a prediction on our good enemy, Haley Welch. You know, Haley Welch, I was looking at her Spotify rating earlier today, you know, just trying to see, like, what's our competition at. By the way, our number is way higher.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What is our number? Like 4.1, 4.2?
It's like a 4.4 right now.
Oh, 4.4.
Yeah, it might have gone up.
I think it has gone up.
I know some people have given it, 5 stars. And by the way, if you're listening on Spotify,
shout out to you.
Go ahead and, click that star button and give us 5 stars.
Yeah, we never ask for reviews.
No, but this is your chance.
Hey, leave a comment on Spotify. You can.
I just figured that out. She has a 3 on Spotify, and I thought, that is just way too high.
So we're categorically better than her.
Yes, absolutely. I think that the Talk to a Podcast will end up with a 2.5 rating on Spotify by the end of the year. I think, she's going to keep fucking up. She's going to keep on releasing just miss after miss, and the fans are going to get angry. And they're going to leave bad reviews. And she's going to end the year off, and she wouldn't even be accepted into VCU because we only accept 2.5, like people above 2.5. She's going to have exactly a 2.5. It's going to be debatable whether she can even get into VCU with her podcast.
And everybody knows she's been trying to do that.
She's been trying to do that.
Because she wanted to take our spot as VCU's #1 podcast.
Yes, which we are.
Which we are. Official VCU #1 podcast.
Hey, shout outs.
And she's just fucking jealous.
She is.
But, I have something kind of similar to that.
Oh, really?
Where we're talking about creators that got big this year. I mean, we can't talk about creators that got big this year without talking about the Boom family, the Costco Guys. And look, I have a, kind of upsetting, but something that must be said, a prediction about them. I think that there will be no more Booms coming from that family by the end of 2025.
What do you like? They're not going to give anything a boom, or they're not going to release anything that like makes a splash? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think they're going to stop making a splash, and they're going to go down quite the path, and that path will be a big old doom, George.
Do you have like you don't have to like say anything specific for your prediction, but do you have like any ideas like do you think they're gonna just get into a bunch of like DUIs, or do you think they're gonna like just release like miss after miss?
It's too early for the DUI.
I got you.
As we covered last episode. But I do think that it's going to be miss after miss, and I think they're going to crash out.
Yeah, I
think it's going to be very public. And, I'm inclined to think that Big AJ, because of his wrestling career, might have some violent habits.
Yeah, I could definitely see Jersey Joe just like completely raging.
I mean, you hear boom, boom, boom in the other room, and it's not in a good way.
And now that whole family is dead. 4 big booms. Now they're all deceased.
And look, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. I'm going to give that loss 5 big booms.
Boom, 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 boom. Moving on to a different topic. I'm going to talk movies for a little bit.
Okay.
Marvel. It's had quite the fall off over the past few years. No one can deny that. And no one on earth would predict that they're going to finally have a good year after this year, because, I mean, that's just not happening. I mean, I know no one is going to be seeing, Thunderbolts? Who cares?
Yeah, they lost that Avengers swag.
Captain America and the Red Hulk? Is that what it's called? I don't even fucking care.
I think that they'll have at least like one movie that's big, but it won't be, it won't be every hitter.
I think the Fantastic Four movie does have a good chance of actually performing pretty well and doing pretty well, like critically and fiscally. But that's not the prediction that I want to make with the Fantastic Four movie, Forrest. The prediction that I want to make is that specifically, I think they're gonna make a reference to Reed Richards having a stretchy penis in the Fantastic Four movie. I think they will make a joke about how Mr. Fantastic's penis grows in some way, like willingly, like Sue Storm will like look down at his crotch and say like, I don't know, I love when that snake grows after eating the apple. Or maybe Ben Grimm will like give him a little nut tap and say like your 14-inch python is crazy.
You think in a Marvel movie, one of them, they're gonna have the Thing? Here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a joke about clobbering time and his thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, they were having clobbering time with Mr. Fantastic's thing.
Yeah, and then he starts punching his thing over and over. His hard thing.
No, this is not some kind of challenger situation, George. It's not gonna be the famous boner slap.
Which is the only thing I liked about that movie. Which was the best part of that movie. Can I be real? No, it doesn't. I don't need them to make like a specific line about the penis. I just need something like what I'll take for this to be like true is like someone.
They're gonna have him air hump.
What?
They're gonna make him fucking pump the air hard, and then his like crotch is gonna like jiggle or something.
No, I think it like someone will say something about like him not sizing up to a situation, and then Sue Storm like looks at him and winks. Something like
something like that. Yeah,
that's what I mean when I say they'll make a reference to his stretchy penis.
Yeah, I'm glad that you have a penis related one because I do too.
Perfect.
Look, I think that we know every year some celebrity gets dick pics leaked, and every year, I think it's kind of fun to make sure that you have like a prediction about who it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think this year will be very disgusting. It will be one that nobody really wants to look at, but everybody will have to see. Yeah. This is the year that Elon Musk releases his own dick pics. Elon Musk will not have them leaked, but he will release his own dick.
What did you drop?
I just dropped my ring.
Okay.
I think it could happen.
He releases it himself, you think?
Yes, somebody's going to make fun of him.
Oh, and then, do you think he's packing?
No. Okay. I think, unless he got it surgically enhanced. He might have a cybercock.
Ooh.
He seems like he would invent a cybercock and then keep it to himself.
So you think someone's gonna make fun of Elon Musk, maybe specifically his penis, and then he's gonna go, well, I'll show you, and then...
Or he'll release the cybercock and he'll be like, and I promise it works. And then releases a sex tape with like some porn star.
I think there was a news article that predicted that this year women will be having like sex with robots, like fully automated like Tesla robots. Like this is the year that's gonna happen.
Every year people say that. Since fucking 80s, there have been people who just want to fuck the robots.
Yes, but Forrest, since you are, as people say, the harbinger of news, do you say that this year that's going to happen? Like widespread?
Widespread? Well, people already, I mean, basically have robots fucking them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's not new. I think yes. But it will be so expensive. It won't be like on the radar for most people.
Yeah,
but
that's what I think. So
I don't think it will be widespread because it'll be too expensive. It's like how Apple released their Vision Pro. It's like that would be widespread if it wasn't like $3,000 or something.
Yeah. So you're saying that to just give it time?
Give it time, yeah. Okay. Those people already have VR porn. Now, there might be a sex toy released that, like, you know how there's, like, the haptic vests for VR? Which makes it, like, feel more real and, like, things touch you. They might have one that goes with your dick.
And that's what the cybercock is.
And that's what the cybercock is. It's a cybercock pleasuring device. You plug it in. It's called a plug and play.
They're bringing back plug and plays in the way of a cybercock.
And it's not Nintendo.
But you know what? I'm also glad that you brought up Elon Musk, because I have an Elon Musk prediction. Now this one's hypothetically outlandish.
Okay.
This is like he's shown no interest in this in the past, to my knowledge. But something in my bones, Forrest, is telling me that Elon Musk, at some point throughout this year, will publicly play poker. And you know what? He's going to be very bad at it.
No, he'd be good at it.
I think he's going to go like triple neg. I think he's going to lose a lot of money.
I think he'll lose a lot of money, but not because he's bad at it, but because he's going for like really flashy, stupid plays. Like,
yeah, well, that's being bad at it.
I guess, but in my head, it makes a lot of sense that he would be theoretically good at poker. Because I think he has the type of brain where he like is really good at memorizing things, and he could just count the cards. If you just memorize, like, you know what I mean? And then it's like very basic strategy. He's, unfortunately, I have to give it to him, very good at strategy games when he puts his mind to it. Every now and again, I think he just becomes number one player at like these weird mobile strategy games, and then he posts them on his Twitter. He's like, look guys, look how cool I am, and everyone still hates him. I
understand what you mean. I do think that he could like be very good at memorizing the cards, and I think he would know like what strategies would work. But I do think, you know, at the end of the day, Elon Musk is a 14-year-old who will try to go for the super dumb like plays, and like he'll try to like play off the dirty diaper, you know, when he should just like fold. Or
he'll just be like flexing how rich he is. He's like, yeah, I have $1 billion in the pot.
Yeah, he would
fucking whatever, man.
Yeah, that's exactly why I think he would be bad at it, because he would lose money because he's a fucking toddler.
That's true.
He's a baby.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought him up.
But you know what? I do think he would play the game with the cybercock on. Like he'd be playing poker and the cybercock. He'd be
like, man, it just feels so good. I can't stop this plug and play adventure.
So you keep going.
No, I mean, I think that I'm glad that you brought up like toddler men. You know, because I want to talk about Kanye West.
Ooh.
Sorry, Ye. I want to talk about Ye. You know, in the past few years, he's had a lot of anti-Semitism going on, and he's also in the like further extending past few years, he's been really showing his love for God more and more, Christian God, that is. I think this is the year that Kanye becomes Jewish.
Oh, wow.
I don't think he's going to be widely accepted as Jewish by like the Jewish community, but I think this year he will claim to be Jewish.
Interesting. Why would he do that? Like,
I think he'll like something will happen that will like he might release music or some kind of art, and it won't sell as well as it normally does because people don't like him as much anymore, which will send him on a downward spiral because he'll have a lot of his self-worth attached to it.
Yeah.
And he'll need to find a new religion because old God fucked him over is how he's going to cope with that. And it will be like also like a public facing thing so that Jewish people like him again.
Yeah, I don't think I think Kanye's too prideful to ever switch up his like religion publicly, at least. But I can definitely see him being like attention seeking enough to release like some kind of music sometime this year where he is like portraying himself as a like Jewish person. And
you know what? Yeah, a picture of Kanye with the yarmulke on will be released in 2025.
That could even be the cover art for it.
That would be awesome.
And I think if he were to do this, I think in the music video specifically, he would have to have Jonah Hill make an appearance, because Jonah Hill is famously the person who made Kanye be like, wait, Jewish people
don't suck. I mean, that guy was pretty funny.
He was pretty good in Superbad.
Yeah.
And then he was like, Jewish people rock. Maybe
Jewish people have something to it.
That makes sense. Yeah, similarly to your idea on men who are infamously toddlers, LeBron James.
Oh, good.
First off, I think it is very likely that a multiversus tournament will take place this year, and a LeBron James will take the victory. That's not the official prediction that I'm making, but that is a sub prediction underneath this one that I'm like,
that's like when Amsa won a major.
Yeah, he's the only. It's gonna be the only LeBron who could. Hey, Forrest, maybe it could be one of us. I'm just saying, we got pretty nice.
Hey, I'll say we were both top 20,000 LeBrons.
But I do think this is the year, and this is more of like a serious, like earnest prediction. Mm-hmm. This is the year that I think LeBron James announces that he's going to retire. I think this is. He's been playing in the league for well over 20 years.
He got to play with his son this year, right?
Yeah, that was like the reason why he was staying in the league for so long. And now that he's actually done it, I could see him wanting to stay longer, but I think now is the time for LeBron to get out of here.
How old is he?
He is...
he's like really old to be a professional athlete, right?
He's like definitely something in his 40s.
Like that's, for a professional athlete, that's like fucking ancient. You're like wrapped in fucking toilet paper, you're a mummy.
Yeah, but like it's those like big celebrities that like cling on until like their mid 40s and then leave. Yeah. Like I just looked up Tom Brady and like when he retired, he retired at 43.
He retired like twice or three times though, right?
Yeah, but that was when he like officially
honestly, LeBron James might do that same thing.
I could see
LeBron James might retire and then come back 2025 or 2026.
And I do think LeBron James announcing his retirement it's going to be huge news. I mean, this is LeBron James they're talking about. I think lots of celebrities are going to like tweet out in support of LeBron. 3 of them are at least going to show pictures of them crying. I mean, it's like I could definitely see Kanye West posting a picture of him in tears going, my God.
He has a yarmulke on.
He has a yarmulke
He's in tears and he's lighting a menorah.
Well, I guess now that I'm talking about this, the question is, if he announces his retirement and then he leaves, do they get rid of his character in multiverses?
No.
You don't think so?
That doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't make any sense, but like...
Do you think that in multiverses, everything he's done since he's been added has been made canon in the universe? Or that maybe this is just the version of him that they own?
I could definitely see he retires and then Multiverses releases a trailer of LeBron James and he says the exact same thing, but he's like, I'm retiring from Multiverses. And then he daps up Garnet as he's leaving in Steven
that Universe. Would be awesome.
And then they like, he's out of the game.
They might give him an emote. An emote where he like walks out.
He's
a big wave.
He does like a mic drop or something.
Yeah, oh my God, dude. I mean, a big wave or like a fist pump.
Oh.
something good. But, speaking of people coming back, because LeBron James, he's going to retire and come back.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make a prediction for 2025 that sounds outlandish.
Mm-hmm.
But I think could very well happen. I think Jimmy Carter's going to come back.
You think Jimmy Carter's going to come back?
Secretly he might be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the past year at least, his social media team has been posting once a month that he's slipped into another coma.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's come back. He's been on death's door for too long to not be immortal. So I think that this might be some kind of government cover-up, or it might be something where they think he's dead, but really it's just a coma, and that bell's gonna ring, George.
I see. Now, is it not true that they just had his funeral?
They did just have his funeral. Famously, Trump got the squad laughing. But that doesn't mean anything. Biden just posted about how he's going to miss Jimmy Carter on Instagram. So, I mean, Biden thinks it's real.
It's definitely possible that like Trump made the squad laughing by like talking about how like the public is so dumb for thinking that he's actually gone.
He leaned over to Barack Obama. He said, "Obviously, he's gonna come back. I've never seen anybody with
Trump.
more life in him than Jimmy Carter."
Yeah, he's definitely like in the back of the cathedral, like in like putting infant blood inside of him to keep him alive
he's
forever.
pumping adrenochrome. He's been hanging out with Tom Cruise.
He's playing basketball. he's gonna be playing basketball with LeBron James when he retires.
Yeah.
Speaking of things coming back, the Trolls franchise. It's very prevalent in my life. I watched all 3 of the movies and I fucking love them. Multiple Troll songs were in my top 100 most listened to songs of 2024.
Yeah, I would not admit that.
And well, I don't think there's going to be a new Trolls movie coming out anytime soon. You know, Justin Timberlake, he just got in trouble for, I don't know, driving under the influence. You know, everyone does.
That guy loves doing that.
But I do sense in my soul that something Trolls related is going to come back. And the word Chia kept like bouncing around in my mind.
Wow.
And I looked up Trolls Chia Pet, and they released a Trolls Chia Pet for the second Trolls movie. But now they don't sell it anymore. But something deep in my soul, something deep in my mare, Forrest, is telling me that the Trolls Chia Pet will be making a return to the official Chia Pet website in the year of our Lord 2025. Now, I know this makes no sense because they're not releasing a new movie this year. I would be remiss if they even announced like a movie coming out. But I think the Trolls Chia Pet, I mean, the Trolls fans are clamoring for it. I mean,
do you think let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
Do you think Chia Pets will be having like some kind of big sale where they bring back all the hits?
Oh yeah, just like how the Fortnite
like
item
a retro sale.
Yeah,
for Chia. Because let me tell you what I have on my prediction list about Chia Pets.
Okay, all right.
The other day I was writing this list. Yeah, I was on the metro. And I saw someone holding a massive houseplant. I thought to myself, that's not convenient. Are you kidding me? You have to carry this thing this whole way? It was as big as her torso and head combined, George. It looked ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, you know, these things are going to go out of style. And you know what's going to come back?
What's going to come back?
Chia Pets are going to take over houseplants. They're going to make a massive comeback. Nobody's going to want houseplants anymore. Your hanging vines are gone because soon it will be replaced by many hanging Chia Pets.
I mean, I'm just looking at that little tiny houseplant that I have over there that my roommate did steal from a Chick-fil-A. And I'm thinking, like, wouldn't that just look better as, like, a Bob Ross Chia Pet? Or maybe a Golden Girls Chia Pet?
And once they get popular, you know what they're putting back on the website, and you know what collection they're running. Yeah. It's a retro collection. Trolls is going to be there. I'm glad that we made the same prediction. Yeah, what happened?
You know, Forrest, I almost made that exact prediction. Like,
Are you fucking me?
I was, like, thinking about, like, Chia Pets are going to be in this year, but then I thought, no. It's going to be like a specific one that like comes back to the item shop. But I'm glad that we're on the same wavelength there. Just hopping back into movies for a second, just kind of like another like basic, very realistic prediction. It's been a long time since we've heard any news on the Legend of Zelda movie. I mean,
oh my God, yeah.
We didn't even like get anything official. They just said that like a Legend of Zelda live action movie will be in the works. And this is a very safe prediction. I just think we're going to get our first official piece of like news regarding that movie, like from Nintendo's mouth specifically. Whether that
I like how desperate this one is. I really, you're not like, yeah, no, the movie's going to come out, please.
It's definitely not going to come out.
No, it's definitely not going to.
But and I don't even think a trailer's going to come out, but I remember what they did for the Mario movie specifically that had me on the floor laughing was like revealing the cast list for the Zelda movie.
Yeah.
So I think they could do something like that. I think they could officially come out and be like, here's like a release window for when we're going to try to like get that movie out. But when it comes to like cast list, I mean, I don't have anything concrete down right now. I do have a sneaking suspicion that Idris Elba will play Ganondorf. That's kind of like That's what's in my soul right now.
That would be a really good one.
And I could also see Florence Pugh as Zelda. I do think my bigger prediction is that I think Link specifically is going to be played by an unknown actor. That's what I think. It's not going to be
really cool.
Name. That's what I think they should do.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. But
that would be really, really cool.
That would be best case scenario for the Zelda movie.
I think that the intro for the Zelda movie, they're going to try and get all the weird Easter eggs out of the way. So they won't have to like do some weird shit to make a cartoon Link show up. It's going to be like the Marvel movie intro where it shows all the different characters, and it's just going to be like Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, like Twilight Princess.
That's how they get Tingle in there. That's how they get around not having Tingle as a like actual part of the plot line. But even though that's what I would prefer is to have Tingle like join Link along for the adventure. Like that's what I would want. Here's just a little side question, just really, really quickly. Do you think it's going to be like adapted from a game, or do you think it's going to be like
they can't adapt it from a game? Fans would be too mad.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because people are way too opinionated, right? Yeah. Like, and everybody, like my favorite Zelda game is Twilight Princess. I grew up playing that one. Of course, it's my favorite.
Yeah, and I think people would absolutely shit their pants if they made a Wind Waker movie, which is my Zelda of choice.
Yeah, which is a great, like, it's the problem as well. It's like they're all so great in different ways that it's like apples and oranges to an extent. But, I'm glad that you made that kind of desperate prediction about video games because I did too.
Oh, okay.
And look, I want to use my powers here because everybody knows everything I'm saying is going to come true, no doubt. This is my superpower. I have many people working for me. Sorry, I got lucky last year and I know I'm going to continue getting lucky.
Getting lucky, quote unquote.
What the fuck? I'm going to continue getting lucky. I want a trailer for Elder Scrolls 6.
Forrest.
Dude, in like 2020 they released something about it and then they just shut the fuck up about it. They say that it could release in 2026. So I want a trailer from 2025.
Forrest, usually I'm on your side for these predictions.
Yeah.
But this is so inane. This is so stupid. Obviously, this isn't going to happen. Now, here's my better prediction. I think Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong, will get a trailer by the end of 2025. That's my stupid piece of shit prediction. But that's my video game. That's my Elder Scrolls 6. We've had this conversation before where like...
Except I've been waiting way longer, but yeah, whatever.
It's true.
Way longer.
I guess so.
Way longer.
But it's like they're both those like
it's been a decade.
They're both those like Moby Dicks that were both like that both fandoms are desperately trying to like cling onto to like get some news out of and like we've just been in the dust waiting.
Yeah.
And I think at least we'll get a release day for Silksong by the because it's just been too long.
We're not gonna get a release date.
It's just or a release window. It's just been too long.
Yeah. I don't know how to transfer out of video games, so let me talk about video games. I think that Donkey Kong will make an appearance in politics.
Oh.
I don't know.
Forrest, this is your best prediction yet.
I know. I don't know specifically how this is going to happen. This is the one I was talking about that might not be a US one. I could see it happening in Japan first for obvious reasons. But I could honestly see it happening in American politics. Somehow Donkey Kong will be mentioned by somebody, or a visual of him will be shown, or like Mario games will like be mentioned by somebody. Because we're getting too close for like politics and pop culture are getting very close, especially with this whole like Elon Musk thing going on.
Don't even get me started.
So I think some kind of meme. There's a lot of Donkey Kong like related memes. I think that he's like a funny character. He's very well known.
That's true.
And he could represent power or something like of that sort. I don't know. I'm just saying somehow Donkey Kong will be appearing in the Olympics if XQC met Trump. If XQC met him. And Aiden Ross's name was uttered in his victory speech, I do think that this is possible.
I could definitely see like a picture of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I almost said Elon Musk and Donkey Kong. Elon Musk and Donald Trump playing like Mario Kart or playing like Smash Brothers, and we see we see Donald Trump's the first player. Who's he playing as? He's playing as Donkey Kong.
He's cargo throwing your ass. He's gonna tech check you.
But I could also very well, like, because, you know, Matt Pat famously talks to Congress very often. I could see him name dropping Donkey Kong. You know, maybe there's like could be a potential like video game ban.
It could be a hack or something. Like something could be hacked and then released. You know, like nerds tend to do that.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's a very good prediction. I like where your head's at with this one. Let me just finish off like one of my last movie predictions. The Community movie. Ooh. Now this is something that people have been waiting for quite a while.
Yeah, lots of scheduling issues.
Lots of alleged scheduling issues, and allegedly it's on Joel McHale, but allegedly I don't believe him. Yeah. I think I'm not predicting necessarily that the trailer for the Community movie will come out this year. I think it will happen.
Yeah.
But I think more specifically, I think at some point during the trailer for the Community movie, they make a jab at Chevy Chase. Because he's famously been very problematic on the Community sets. He was the reason why the show had like different showrunners for season 4, which is why season 4 was so god awful.
Yeah.
They kicked him out in the 5th season, and I think like I don't think Dan Harmon, the awful man that he is, can help himself from like in the trailer talk about like how stupid Pierce was or how much they all hated him, which would like I don't know, because like they did like Pierce, and it would be very like disheartening a little bit just for the character and like the relative growth that he had throughout the show. But I'm here to make predictions. I'm here to call out the big names.
I think that's not how it's going to happen, but I agree that they're going to take a jab at it. I think it will be like even less subtle. Like it will be like someone on set or something being a dick in the movie. Like they'll find themselves on a set, or it'll be something like someone like an old white guy
calls Donald Glover the N-word. Sorry,
no, like something like that. Like
that did happen.
I know. Like that's what I mean. Like they're going to make it like that obvious or like that stupid.
Yeah, it's like this is the part in the trailer where we make fun of Chevy Chase and acknowledge that he's not here.
Yeah, like they have to. And yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that's a good prediction. And I forgot about the Community movie, like that it was confirmed to happen.
Hey, seems like Peacock did too.
Seems like they did as well. It's on Peacock?
Either Peacock or Paramount, whichever one has Community right now.
How unfortunate. But like,
yeah, I agree.
Okay, like we're talking about celebrities now. I have to bring up my Bruno Mars prediction.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone has one except for me this year.
I think Bruno Mars, you know, I saw a video of him recently, and he was performing. And the video was about how much Riz Bruno Mars has when he's performing, because he was like singing like Leave the Door Open and like looking at a girl and like holding her hand. I thought to myself, I'm like, you know, if this guy was bald, he'd have none of that. He'd have none of that. And then I was looking at how hard he was trying, how much he was enjoying it, and I came to the conclusion that Bruno Mars will be revealed as bald to the bone in 2025.
So you think he's already bald?
Yeah. He's just going to be revealed as bald to the bone, or that he got a hair transplant and a picture of him being bald to the bone will like come out.
Doesn't he always like wear a hat? Is that a...
He's often wearing a hat, but obviously he also has a lot of hair.
Yeah, I think...
But I can
definitely see that being
in
like
his hair
connected.
without a hat often.
Okay.
But like, yeah, when he used to wear a lot of hats like all the time. Yeah. I don't really know about him that much now.
I don't know if Bruno Mars is bald right now, but I could definitely see like him having a huge bald spot like underneath the hat.
Bald to the bone, cleric style. That's what I think.
Shiny as a clam. Reflecting, and you know what? He's too scared to like show this off to the world, because first everyone would ridicule him. I mean, this world is so hard on bald men.
I mean they are, seriously. It's not an easy life.
But also it's like he's on stage, all those lights are flashing. What happens if a light flashes off his shiny bright head,
and
his bald to the bone head,
bald to the bone head,
and it goes into someone's eyes and now they're blind?
It's dangerous. I mean, seriously, I've heard at Pitbull concerts this happens often, where someone gets permanently blinded in the audience because of how bald he is.
Yeah.
And look at
you went to a Pitbull concert
I did.
Back,
it hit my nose, damn near hit my eye. I felt a warmth on my nose. It was like he was trying to cook me like an ant.
I'm glad you brought up cooking, Forrest, because famously, food is getting recalled all the time.
All the time.
I mean, no one wants to eat food and have it, be harmful. Here in Richmond, actually, our water was turned off for a good week because, a storm came through. And, if you drink the water, that would have been very dangerous. Obviously, something's going to get recalled this year.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of what. I mean, it's going to be a lot of things, but, what specifically is going to be, the big recall?
Yeah, what's going to be, the, spinach recall or something?
Yeah, what's going to be the romaine lettuce or the iceberg lettuce or the hot dogs. Hot dogs were...
Yeah, they were just
recalled. It was a huge recall, last year. I almost put down hot dogs, but then I looked it up and they were just recalled. So I was like, okay, I won't do that one. That one's cheap. That one's easy. But what about eggs, Forrest?
Oh my God.
I mean, eggs are a very quintessential part of cooking. I mean, you would know this.
Yeah, and everybody eats eggs in the morning. It's what you do as an American.
Exactly.
And in many cultures.
Exactly. So it's I could see, I feel in my bones that that something that's a important cornerstone of cooking and the culinary arts is going to be recalled, and it's going to get everyone up in arms for a little bit. And I'm just throwing a dart at a random dartboard.
Yeah,
I'm thinking I'm landing a bullseye.
I like that one a lot.
I think because
that would be a big deal. That'd be a really big deal. The way it would affect restaurants.
Yeah,
but I have something about restaurants in here actually.
Okay,
I have it in 2025.
That's the year we're in.
That's the year we're in. That's the year we're predicting for.
Yeah.
A restaurant phone ban will become popular.
A restaurant phone ban. Is this something that people are talking about?
This is a thing that people are already talking about, especially higher end restaurants that want to be more of an experience, and they view it as an art form, and you're sitting there and you have to experience it the way the chef wants. People say that phones get in the way of the beauty of food, the philosophical beauty of the art of food is that it's so temporary, and you'll never be able to exactly recreate it. It's just so temporary, and that's beautiful. And then people are taking pictures of it, and that bothers them.
Interesting.
My personal opinion on this,
I was going to ask.
I think that I take pictures on my food, and that if you want to document an experience and try to make it less temporary, that's cool too. Whatever. Experience it how you want.
But do you think they have a point?
Yeah, no, I think that it's fair. If your restaurant, people know what they're getting into. If they get mad, they reserved it. Okay. You know what I mean?
And you think this is going to be
I think it's going to be pretty widespread.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see that. I guess I wouldn't. I've been trying really hard, in the past year to when I'm with people to not have my phone on, not be using it while I'm hanging out with someone. So this isn't something that would really affect me, because I also don't take pictures of food. So it would just be I guess it would just be a rule set in place for me to just hang out with my friends, hang out with my family.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it definitely would make the experience more enjoyable, more fun. One last thing I'll say on it is that sometimes people will get their food at a table. This is very rare.
Yeah.
They'll take pictures of it and they'll start talking, or they'll be influencers. We get influencers that bring their ring lights and stuff.
Oh, that's just obnoxious.
It is obnoxious. It's technically allowed. Some restaurants definitely don't allow it.
Yeah, well, maybe when this phone ban happens, they'll just bring the ring light and they won't.
Sometimes they take too long and their food gets cold, and they grab their server and they go, "Hey, we took too long to start eating this. Can you please heat it up for us?
Can you put it in the microwave, please?"
Yeah, straight up. And then what we have to do there is make them an entirely new dish, because we're not actually allowed to take the food that's already hit a table and then reheat it. That's not sanitary.
Yeah, that's really
so
annoying.
It's a little bit what are you doing? But whatever.
For my next prediction, this one, I'm just gonna be straight up. This one is not a prediction.
Okay.
This is a hopeful manifestation that I just really want to happen this year. And this is one of the least, surprisingly, this is one of the least likely things to happen in my opinion. But I think that me, George, I'm going to see Laufey before my very eyes. Whether that is...
Has she announced a tour?
No. Okay. That's why it's so unlikely. But you know what? She is releasing an album sometime this year. She's been talking about how she's been working on it. Famously, when an artist releases an album, there's a concert right around the corner. So maybe I'll be able to see her.
Maybe you'll buy tickets for a 2026 tour this year.
Yeah, I would be happy with that.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same prediction, but I would.
It's very similar. I would give it to you as the master here.
But even going beyond that, we're seeing Tyler the Creator later on this year. We are. In a hypothetical universe, she could open. That would count. I would see her before my very eyes.
Absolutely, that would count.
There is a possibility that I go to Target and there she is buying groceries
before your very eyes.
Before my very eyes.
Where she, it is her favorite grocery store. I think she said that recently.
Yeah, she said it in a podcast.
Yeah, she was on a podcast that wasn't ours, which is totally fine, by the way.
Yeah, but she's interested. Yeah, that would be another before my very eyes if she comes on this podcast.
Before your very eyes, and you know what?
My very eyes.
I have a prediction about actually what you'll look like to her.
Okay.
Because I think in this year, Forrest and or George will stop wearing so many fucking rings.
You think one of us is gonna crack?
One of us is gonna crack. We're gonna stop trying to outdo each other on this game of chicken we've been playing for like 2 to 3 years. And we're gonna stop wearing so many rings. So when you meet her, she'll think of you like differently than most people you've met for the past few years.
I mean, right now I'm not wearing any rings, but that's just because I forgot. Straight up. You know what? Even going beyond that, Forrest, another way that she could see us is incredibly ripped.
Oh yeah,
incredibly muscular. I think kind of similar to yours. Either me or you, Forrest, will end the year off with 6-pack abs.
6-pack abs.
Rippling 6-pack abs.
Yeah.
And abs so rippling that you could grate cheese on them for us.
And we will actually release a video to our Patreon of us grating cheese on one of our abs.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of us.
Mm-hmm. The other's going to be holding the cheese and then eating it like the fat pig that they are.
They're going to be rubbing it on their tummy. It's going to be disgusting. But yeah, I think one of us is going to get on a super intense workout regimen.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start biking. Cardio, that's a great way to get abs. Maybe I'll start running or something. I don't know.
Hey, anything's possible.
I'm just making predictions.
It's not a bad prediction because fitness does a lot for people. It brings them back into the zeitgeist. I mean, talk about David Dobrik recently.
Oh my
came back as
Can we not talk about
extremely fit. And this is perfect for my prediction of David Dobrik's pizza stock goes up by 120% in the year 2025. This monster is going to become successful once more, all because he got ripped.
That's really unfortunate to hear because there's a very high likelihood that happens now because you just predicted it. And I mean, I think most people would agree with me. The idea of David Dobrik succeeding in life is very upsetting.
Yeah, it is.
It is very upsetting information.
It is.
And to hear that, not only is he going to be incredibly hot, but he's going to become even richer.
Yeah, through his pizza empire.
I had a friend go to California, and I asked them please eat at David Dobrik's pizza because I want to live vicariously through you, and I don't think they did.
You and I, we got to do that. You and I, we got to go to LA.
We got to go to LA, review Dobrik's pizza, and then decide whether or not it's better than Mr. Beast Burger. How about that?
Yeah.
Doesn't that?
Yeah. I looked it up recently. There's only 50 Buckees in America.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm really glad that you brought up Buckee's. Famously, Buckee's has been like a plague on America. They're just releasing location after location, and I'm just gonna take a stand.
Okay. Oh, he's standing.
I'm standing up.
All right, this will be good for audio.
I think that there are going to be 9 Buckee's restaurants opened this year.
I mean, we already know about the one in Virginia.
Yeah, we know there's one coming in Virginia. I think 2 more on top of that will show up.
Do you think they'll expand into any new states or only into existing ones, not including the Virginia one, obviously?
That's a really good. I don't know what states they're in. I know they're in Texas.
I want to say Texas,
South Carolina, North Carolina.
I think Georgia, Virginia to be soon.
I could see them opening up in Florida.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, Buckee's in Florida would have a very fun, kind of crazy vibe.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any in Alabama, but I could see them sticking with the South for now. But you know what? Just predicting a couple years into the future, 2027, I think they opened their first northern half of the United States restaurant.
Yeah.
Or not restaurant.
No, I agree.
Location. I could see them.
I think, in the next few years.
Yeah.
I honestly, that would be good. One of my predictions here, the northern half, you said?
Yeah.
Of America?
Yeah.
Well, George, I have a prediction about the northern half of America.
Okay.
Because what you know and love right now as the northern half of America is about to become middle America, commonly referred to as that at least. Because in 2025, we will get the 51st state of Canada. Okay? Or of the US, and it will be Canada. And that will now be the new North.
Yeah. I mean, as we all know, Trump, our Lord and Savior, has been talking about buying Canada. And you know what? I could definitely feel in my bones that Canada might be very receptive to that.
I think Canada's into it.
I think they're super. I mean, isn't Justin Trudeau leaving?
Yeah, he just stepped down, and actually his last words as prime minister were, "Please join America. Do not fight them." So I think he's super into it.
Wait, did he actually say that?
No.
Okay. You scared me for a second there.
No, this would be good though, because we won't have to border hop so often.
That's true. Yeah, it'd just be, and you know what? That would actually add a rainforest cafe to America's number because there is one.
And it'd be so much easier to go see Niagara Falls. Which I still haven't done.
My parents actually went there recently, and it was just rough for them to get into. They're so serious about it.
I know this. It's just Canada. It's basically America already. But with less guns and nicer people. Who wants that?
Not me.
Not me.
Hopping back into movies just for a quick little second. Another video game adapted movie is going to be coming out this year. We all know about FNAF, which is going to be at the end of the year, but we all are so scared and so upset by the Minecraft movie that is going to be coming out in April. It looks like shit. Really shit.
Real shit. Yeah.
It sounds like it's gonna be awful. Just knowing what the plot is and what the premise is. I think it's going to do fiscally very well. Because, come on, it's the Minecraft
Everyone's
going
to have to see it.
It is.
The only thing that people might not see it for is just to pirate it because they hate it so much.
Yeah, people have been known to do that with movies. But, those movies still do pretty well.
I think it will do well, but it won't, be acclaimed.
I think it'll be... Yeah, it won't be acclaimed. No one's going to claim it. They're going to take their hands off of it and be like,
I've actually never played Minecraft before. I don't know what this is.
I do think it's going to cost $1 billion, but specifically what my prediction is that I think the Minecraft movie will get a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think that's going to be critic score. I think fan score, 59%.
Really? Fan score 15? I think lower. People are going to be so mad it's going to get reviewed bomb.
I think so too, but I think... No, actually, now that you're saying that, that makes a lot more sense. Maybe they'll both be in
the critic score. I think you're right.
I think the critic score definitely 32. I think the fan score, it's definitely still going to be in that range. That 30s, early 40s, but maybe 20s. Somewhere in that that range, though.
I agree.
That's where the Minecraft movie is going to stand.
I think that we should probably talk about one of the more known playwrights, or not playwrights, screenwriters of our generation, named Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that he, at one point in his career, was a screenwriter, and he's trying to bring that back with the Daily Wire. You know, he has a lot of Daily Wire movies. But I'm not here to talk about that. Just to use that as a transition.
Oh, thank God.
I think this year, Ben Shapiro will do some kind of media tour. He's been kind of dwindling in his numbers. But
has he never done one?
He does them every now and again, but I think he's going to do another one. And I think Asmongold is going to meet Ben Shapiro.
Oh, I mean, those two are made for each other.
I think that neither of them will like each other.
But it'll be good,
But it will be good content. I don't know who's going to go to who, though. I don't know. I don't see Ben Shapiro doing well on Twitch, but I see him trying it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd be very inspired by Donald Trump, going on Adrian Ross's stream. Do you think...
And Asmongold is technically probably the biggest political commentator on that website.
God, really? Oh.
Very technically speaking.
Yeah.
His streams are fucking insanely large. He gets what? 80K people or something?
Yeah, around there.
On his alt, which is awesome. And then he talks about politics.
Do you think Asmongold will freshen up even a little bit before meeting Ben Shapiro? Or do you think he's going to go in there stank ass?
He does freshen up. I think you just don't realize. So
that
he's always a little stank ass.
No,
I think that's him.
That guy's so incredible.
That's him freshening up.
getting stinky, getting even stanker.
Normally
wiping his ass less to see Ben
Normally
Shapiro.
he's like super stank ass. Like he's gonna clean the blood off the walls, but not much else than that.
That's a pretty good prediction. I can see that. Kind of sort of in that similar vein. I do think Tyler the Creator will appear on a Kaizenat stream.
Oh, that's a layup.
Yeah.
It's like that's insane to say, but it's a layup.
I need some layups in there. I need to get some points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see because I don't know. I don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of music that Kaizenat listens to, but I could see him being a Tyler the Creator fan. I could see him reaching out to Tyler the Creator to be on. He's had a lot of other very big rappers. Like he had Sexy Red on there.
He just had SZA on.
He just had SZA on. Tyga, whatever. I think truthfully
he was just interviewed by Nardwar.
Yeah. I don't watch Kaizenat stream, but I know that Tyler the Creator would flourish there.
Mm-hmm.
People often call
Tyler
Kaizenat,
the Creator is so funny.
He is.
He's so funny.
And you know what, Kaizenat, he's made me laugh a couple of times.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, and I people often call Kaizenat streams the iCarly of Twitch because of just how inane and weird it is, and Tyler the Creator would be great on that. He was fantastic on the Eric Andre show. He out-weirded Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Isn't that just insane? That's
fucking crazy. No, yeah. It's that would be, I would love to watch that stream. That'd be so awesome.
I would tune into that.
I'm glad that you're bringing up social media because, everyone's talking about this whole TikTok thing being gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it could happen, but I think even if it doesn't happen, we're going to see a Vine come back. Or something that is very similar to Vine, which is really just shorter videos. I think we're going to see... we have shorts right now, but shorts are, 30 seconds to 2 minutes, on average, I would say.
Mm.
We're going to get shorter again.
Mm.
I think 6 seconds of Vine. I don't like that format. I've never been a Vine fan.
No.
It's not long enough to set up a well thought out joke, in my opinion.
Mm.
But
it has its niche.
It has its niche, and people love it. And attention spans getting shorter. People are going to love Vine.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Here's my next prediction. I don't think there's really much to talk about it. I just think this is just a very funny idea to me. Marjorie Taylor Greene falls down epic style.
Okay, can you speak to that?
Something a little bit more noteworthy than when Joe Biden tripped down the stairs or tripped up the stairs actually on an airplane. I think maybe she's giving a speech before whatever, and then she's leaving the podium and she falls down epic style. She falls down, she makes a noise, she makes an audible splat on the ground. She'd be fine. She'll get up afterwards and walk away, but I think she'll fall down epic style.
I think that's such a good prediction. That would be so embarrassing for her.
It'd be so funny though, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. She's such an advocate for things. Maybe you'd worry that the things that she advocates for become less cool.
Yeah.
And that people might try and take things. People might try and take things from her. They might try and take her free speech. But I'm here to tell you not to worry. 2025 will be the year of free speech.
Okay.
We've been suppressed for too long, George.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, we're going to be able to speak our minds.
Is that just your prediction?
Yeah, I think that I'm going to be allowed to yell fire in a crowded room sometime soon, and I'm excited.
Well, what's stopping you from doing that now? Just being canceled?
Well, technically, it's not protected under free speech.
Really?
Yeah, if you're to say something that causes mass panic, that's not chill.
Oh.
That's not allowed.
But you think this year
speech.
It's going to be chill again.
But this year, true free speech will be achieved.
Yeah, you can go out into an airport and go bomb, and then
and everyone would love it.
And they wouldn't be able to arrest you.
No, because that's under my free speach.
Yeah, you kneel down, put your fist in the air, you go free speech.
Free speech.
Speaking of bombs, I think a building will explode in Detroit.
Jesus Christ!
But I don't think anyone will care. That is my prediction. No, I don't think anyone's gonna get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a building will collapse or explode in Detroit, and people will think it's news. The news will report on it, but no one on Twitter will be talking about it at all. It's not gonna make a splash.
I have something that is similar, but people will be talking about it.
Okay.
And it's an explosion. It's death by explosion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this year, oh my god, my rings keep falling off. This year in 2025, somebody will die of a jetpack explosion.
Oh,
they'll be wearing a jetpack. They'll be like testing it out or something. And I have an inkling it's going to be in the Grand Canyon. Because they're going to start offering jetpack tours of the Grand Canyon.
Isn't this like your dream way to go out? Like you talked about this. You talked about this on the podcast where you said like if you would have like this was during the Tinder episode. I think you were like, if I'm gonna go out, I want to like die in a jetpack explosion in the Grand Canyon. This is some of your weird fantasy you have about dying. Oh my god!
Okay. No, I didn't realize that I've said that to you. Well, I do think what I mean is like I want to die in a cool way.
Yeah.
And a jetpack explosion would be a cool way to die. I'm not saying that that's what I would want to happen to me this year.
Sorry, Forrest, I'm getting a vision.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a vision actually on how you die. So I'm just gonna touch your forehead real quick. August 21st.
Wow.
2:38 p.m.
On 2025?
Of 2025, you will get into a horrific car accident.
Oh my god. George, what just happened?
Sorry, I just got that prediction just now on how you will die.
Wow, so many people will be talking about it, George.
Yeah.
So many people will be posting to their Instagram stories. Mm-hmm. But this year, in 2025, Instagram's going to start showing when you screenshot the story, so it's going to be so hard to gossip about it, George.
Fuck! But that is a very good prediction. That'll definitely change the way that we shit talk certain people.
I know. I screenshot a lot of Instagram stories. I'll say it.
I just want to publicly say real quick that if Forrest Kanye does get into a car accident on August 21st at 2:38 p.m.
There will be a lot to gossip about, but it will be hard to do it.
It was not me.
Well, there'll be a lot to gossip about, but it'll be hard.
We'll be gossiping.
But everyone will know.
Luigi Mangione. You referenced him earlier today.
Oh, I'm aware of him.
The big question on everyone's mind is he going to get an innocent verdict or is he going to get a guilty verdict?
Oh, yeah.
I'm here today to say that I think Luigi Mangione will be walking with a guilty verdict. I think he is going to get time in prison for the crimes that he allegedly did or didn't do. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. There's no joke there. That's just what I think.
I think that's a good prediction. I think that, he might have some kind of Icarus moment in the courtroom. Maybe.
Yeah.
He'll expect to get off free and then he might have a meltdown publicly or something of that ilk. I think that
I could definitely see like it kind of being like a Phoenix Wright, like kind of like slip up in court moment where he says something and it's like, he like no one else knew that happened, and then like a lawyer catches him, and then they're like objection, and then he goes to jail.
Yeah, I think that that's a really good. Yeah, I think that there might be other Icarus moments this year. I think that we'll see an Icarus moment come out of Mr. Beast this year.
Yeah, I think you would have one of these.
I knew that. Yeah, obviously, Beast games. It's big for me and you.
It's true.
I think that he might get some kind of. It might be like a breaking point of ego. And
interesting.
And he might have an Icarus moment. He's going to fly too close to the sun. So something bad is going to happen. And Mr. Beast will be no more.
Oh, now I disagree with you. But I
don't think he'll die. I think that he's going to get into a lot of controversies, and not because of the stuff that's happening right now.
No, not.
I think he's going to have like. I think
that.
it's going to be like an Icarus moment. Like he's just going to. It's going to be bad.
I can definitely see him like opting to actually take a break for the first time and like. In ever, actually. Yeah. I could see him like things crumble beneath him, and like his empire is going to be intact. He'll be okay. A few limbs are going to be lost, whatever. Well, I think he'll be like, guys, I need to take a step back.
Well, I think specifically it's going to be like, how do you top this Amazon show? His next YouTube video is going to like try to top the Amazon show when it's all done, and that's going to be the moment. It's going to be like, you can't. He's going to realize that. Because what he's been doing for his whole career is like, how do I top the last video? How do I top the last video?
Yeah,
it's not going to be able to.
This is a $100 million.
And professionally, like you just can't. You just can't. So we'll see. We'll see what he tries to do.
I'm gonna go back onto the Nintendo Switch 2 train a little bit. I didn't even.
You didn't go on. I didn't get on that train.
Yeah. Fuck! I have multiple of these. Let me get on that.
Yeah. Ride it home.
Everyone knows. Well, not everyone knows. Everyone knows that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be like announced at some point by the end of March.
Yeah.
Nintendo said that they're going to at least like show off like what the Nintendo Switch sequel console will be. And the big question that's on everyone's mind is what is going to be like the launch game. You know, the Switch released with Breath of the Wild, and that's one of the Switch's biggest games.
Yeah, it was biggest port ever.
It was critically like raved. Everyone loved it. I loved it. It's fantastic. I don't know if you've played it, but I've
played some of it. I liked it a lot.
And it's either going to be, in my opinion, like a 3D Mario game. Or the Mario Kart 9.
I think it's going to be 3D Mario. Mostly because I don't like Mario Kart. But it's also been, 8 years? 7 years since Odyssey?
Yeah, it's been 7 years since Odyssey. But, like, the thing that people say then is that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a port. So, really, the last Mario Kart game we got was, like, over 10 years ago.
Yeah, but they're still doing a lot of service to it.
That's what I think.
They cut all service off of Mario Odyssey and had Easter eggs that they got rid of, like Delfino Island.
Yeah, they were gonna have like DLC,
which would have been fucking awesome. Instead, they have Luigi Balloon World, which is cool, but like objectively not as cool as a whole other like area or few.
It's absurd to me that like, of course, Breath of the Wild was like the launch game, and it got a sequel on the Switch. But Mario Odyssey released that exact same year, and it's just been radio silence on 3D Mario.
But that's what makes me think, like. It's time. An Astrobot just came out. I mean, they have to compete.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think and 3D platformers are just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's going to be a Super Mario 3D game.
We're due for it. Yeah. And I would love it. Honestly, like if they did that might convince me to buy a Switch 2 alone, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it could happen. I think that skinny jeans will come back.
You think skinny jeans will come back? Sorry. That was such a raw, earnest reaction from me. Go on.
Not that I want them to. I just think it's time. I think that, fashion's pretty cyclical. And right now, it's been getting baggier and baggier and baggier. And I don't think we can go baggier. So it's time to reset.
we have to go back a couple of steps.
It's time to reset. So it can get baggy once more.
I don't want to wear skinny jeans for us.
Look, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. And I think that skinny jeans are going to come back.
No, but like now I believe you. Like at first I was like, you crazy bastard. But I'm sitting here with the baggiest pants that I've ever owned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, naturally, I gotta go skinny at some point. I just don't want it to be this year, Forrest.
Look, I know. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to all of you because this is obviously now locked in to happen, and it's not what I want to happen either, but
that would be a disaster, Forrest. And speaking of disasters, India. Something in my bones.
I like that as a cliff. Yeah.
Something in my bones is telling me that there's going to be a natural disaster occurring in India at some point this year. My heart's saying earthquake, like big earthquake.
Yeah.
I could see a hurricane hitting at some point, or like maybe a tsunami.
Yeah.
A tsunami could definitely, and I'm not saying I want this to happen.
No, it sounds like you do though.
It would
maybe acid rain.
It would be arguably worse than skinny jeans making a comeback, but
well,
that's just what my heart is telling me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you want to know something real bad that's going to happen?
Yeah, I do.
People are gonna start thinking twink is a slur.
Oh yeah, I've already been seeing TikToks about it.
There's already a lot of talk about it due to Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
And him calling twink a slur, or the equivalent of a slur. And look, you have to give something for the people to use when they're feeling mad at gay people.
Yeah.
Twink is a great one.
Yeah.
Look, I think it should remain public domain, but I think that this is the year that it might become a slur.
I could see that. On a much darker note.
It doesn't get darker than that. Taking away my free speech is dark.
Believe it or not, Marvel Rivals.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Squirrel Girl is going to have a very oppressive season. Sometime this year, she's going to be like the most meta DPS pick, which would be great for me because I'm a Squirrel Girl main, but it's going to be terrible for the larger Marvel Rivals community because she's so annoying to play against.
So annoying.
That's why I like her. But like I play her and like someone else is playing her, I'm like, God, she sucks. I hate myself for doing this. But like, God, I love it so much at the same time. And I think she's gonna have a seasonal bonus that's gonna give her like 15% extra damage, and then she's gonna be able to two tap people from across the map. And it's gonna be glorious.
Shit, dude.
It is gonna be glorious.
It's
Penta kills off of 2 acorns.
Oh. That sounds awful, man. I think you're so right. It's just like, you'll have to play her because, I mean, as much as it feels shitty to do, it's like something you have to do.
Yeah.
And one of my predictions is just like that. We're going to release merch.
Oh, we have to.
That's one of my predictions, and look, I don't feel good about it.
Well, really? Because I feel great.
Shut up. I have to go with this one.
Yeah,
I don't feel good about it, but, it's something we have to do. I'm not the type of person to just want to wear my own face, like walking around. What is that, some kind of weird ego trip? No,
I mean,
don't
arguably,
want that.
Merch for us, it's obligatory at this point. We've been going for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. We're obligated to release
and
merch.
Everybody's going to want it since we're going to be Esquire's Best New Podcast.
And we're sorry about that. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. But it just has to happen.
I think, the Oscars are coming up. March 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up. Something controversial happens at, every other one, it seems like. Mm-hmm. We had the slap. Don't ask me for other examples.
Definitely a lot of award show drama.
Yeah. And I think someone is going to publicly apologize for something that they say at this year's Oscars.
Interesting.
Not do.
Yeah.
Someone could get slapped this year. I don't know, but someone will say something at the Oscars, like make a really offensive joke, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe like a little jab at another celebrity, and then the celebrity gets mad, and then they apologize. Someone's gonna apologize for something that was said at the Oscars.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
They're gonna apologize for being on their phone at the Oscars. It's gonna be like a shot of someone nominated for an award, and they're going to be on their phone and freak out and then put it away, because this year one of the largest topics of conversation is going to be second screen media. Do you know what that is?
Vaguely. Just tell the audience about it.
It's it's not like a very new concept. Basically, it's media that is created for you to experience it while being on your phone and not miss out on it. Netflix and other streaming services are doing this now, and it's already becoming a conversation.
That's why most shows on Netflix can they could be shortened if they wanted, but they length it so that they could include
this is really big in specifically their documentaries.
Yeah. One
of their main directorial goals is that you're not missing anything if you're on your phone. So I don't even have to look at it technically, which is already a thing. It's called descriptive audio.
Yeah.
But it's for people who are seeing impaired. And yeah, I think that it's bad. And because of it, people will be hypersensitive of anybody being on their phone at public events or something like that. And so someone will get in hot water just for being on their phone.
I could see that. I like that prediction. We got kind of a similar idea going on. For my second to last prediction, I think this is another Nintendo Switch 2 one. I'm sorry. I'm a Nintendo fan.
Yeah. You gotta get him in there.
You can cancel me if you want for that one.
You can cancel him if you want.
I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to launch with a new Tomodachi Life game, either teased before the console's release or releases in the first 3 months.
Do you think it will be Tomodachi Life, or do you think it will just be in the style of it?
I think it'll be... Well, I guess this is less what I think it'll be and what I want or think the game should be.
Yeah.
Tomodachi World. So now you have a whole globe of Miis to kind of create, and you could have some living in this part of the world or in this part of the world.
You can kind of much replayability.
Exactly. It'd be kind of like Animal Crossing New Horizons, but more bigger.
Yeah,
and, with the Tomodachi Life kind of gameplay loop, which I find very addictive. I think it's about time that we get a new Tomodachi Life game, and I think it's about time that Miis make a comeback in Nintendo.
God, Miis need to make a comeback.
They tried to get rid of them with that stupid ass Nintendo Switch Sports game with the new avatars. So dumb, so fucking ugly. Bring back the Miis. They're so cute.
And Mii World and the community building that they were trying to do on Wii was really, really cool.
Miiverse.
Miiverse was fucking awesome.
Miitopia,
yeah, and then they just got rid of it because why? It was too fun.
I don't know. They got rid
because there were too many slurs being said online. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nintendo. You can cancel me if you want, but I'm gonna say what I want. Sorry.
You're good.
Lots of things have been angering me lately. I wrote some of these on the Metro. I had to get my feelings out on here. Okay. Somebody in front of me was eating fish. Someone was eating canned tuna.
Ew.
Yeah, on the Metro. In front of me.
Can that be banned?
Yeah, that's one of my predictions. Okay? People will stop that bullshit in 2025. There will be no leftover canned tuna on the metro in front of me in 2025.
Is that the prediction?
Yes, that is my prediction. People will stop eating leftover tuna on the metro. That is my final prediction for 2025. Finishing off strong.
That would be a fantastic. Hey, I'm down for that.
Me too.
I support
I'm
that.
so down for it.
For my final prediction of 2025, this was huge news back in the 90s or 2000s or 2010s. I don't know when this happened.
Yeah, early 2000s, probably 9/11.
Do you know of a little tale about a guy named Mr. Hands?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I think we get a run back on that one.
You think we get a second one that dies?
Yeah, we get a Mr. Feet, maybe a Mr. Arm, something like that.
I mean, that Mr. Hands might as well have been Mr. Forearm.
Yeah, I think we get an almost exact scenario of the Mr. Hands story.
Do you think it will be on purpose?
Yes. I think someone will be like, they'll hear about Mr. Hands, they'll be like, I can do that. And then they can't.
Oh, well, yeah, because there's a lot of people. There's like definitely a side of the internet where people do that often. Famously, there was that one video with the guy with the chair. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I didn't. I don't think so.
Oh, there's a video of this. Maybe you weren't on Discord enough. There's a video of this guy with the chair, and he's fucking himself with the leg of a chair, and you see it. You see it in his stomach. Oh, like you see it like bulge out. It's like
no, I don't know about that. Jesus Christ.
Or do you know about like the what's his name? The cucumber bandit or something?
No, but I think I can piece together.
It was a guy in DC. There's footage. Cool. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
All right. Well, hey, you don't have any more, right?
I know, that's all my predictions, and I can't wait for every single one of those to become true.
Yeah. And listen, I don't think I did bad. I think I had some.
I think you're going to do a lot better this year. I'm not sure that you're going to beat me. Of course, we'll check in next year.
Yeah.
We'll check our lists and we'll make an episode about, how many of them were true.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the ones that did happen and the ones that didn't happen and the ones that kind of
You mean
happened.
the ones on your list?
You didn't have to say that.
But the most important prediction, I can't believe I left this off my list.
Uh-huh.
This is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it's that you're going to subscribe.
Yeah, you're going to subscribe.
You're going to subscribe.
Sometime this year.
I have a feeling that I'm going to get lucky and that all my predictions are true and that you're going to subscribe.
Yes, and you know what? If you're listening on Spotify, you're going to follow. Yeah. You're going to leave us a good rating.
You will.
And regardless of whether you're not on YouTube or Spotify...
Mm-hmm. Or Amazon.
You're going to comment down... Or Amazon. You're going to comment down below which one of these predictions you hope comes true. I mean... Which one do you think will have the right guess? Predict which one you think will be more correct. Is it correct Coral?
Or correct Coral?
Which is Forrest?
Oh, that's me, obviously.
Yeah, come on.
Or is it predicting Patrick?
That's me.
Who's George?
That's me.
Look, let us know in the comments and let us know if you have any of your own predictions.
Yeah.
Especially about like how successful we might get.
Yeah.
Those ones are good to hear.
Yeah, I'd love to hear those.
Look, and we'll see you next time, all right?
Yeah, hey. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.